So we're outside here at the Trump rally in Eau Claire, and we're here with Robert, Eva, and Lisa. Yes, I got that right. And all from Wisconsin, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So just want to ask a few questions. It looks apparently like we're not going to be able to get in. So that's obviously a little disappointing, but it's nice to see that, there's a lot of demand here. Robert, why did you come out tonight?
I'm still undecided between who I'll vote for, whether it be Ted Cruz or Donald Trump, and I kind of wanted to hear him speak. I didn't want to watch it on TV. I didn't want to read about it on Facebook, YouTube, or anything like that. I wanted to actually see him speak, hear him speak, his words from him, not through edited media.
Yeah, I mean, with regards to mainstream media, do you feel like right now, and whether it's about Donald Trump, whether it's about Ted Cruz, or maybe even Hillary Clinton, or Bernie Sanders, I mean, do you think we're getting like an accurate characterization of any of these candidates?
No, I feel a lot of it. Some people are twisting words on candidates and not using the candidates' words the way that they intended them.
So would you characterize yourself as an undecided voter?
Undecided Republican voter. I refuse to vote for Sanders or Clinton.
Okay, and would you say you're kind of leaning Trump, kind of leaning Cruz?
At the moment, I'm more leaning towards Trump.
Okay, very good. And is there one specific thing that you like about him that has really caught your attention?
He speaks. He doesn't put a filter on it. He says what he wants to say, and if you don't really like it, well, it's his right to speak.
And I know some people have a problem with that. I mean, what say you?
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I was a soldier for 8 years. I fought for our rights, and one of our rights is freedom of speech, and he has that right more than, or just as well as any other person in this country has the right to speak their free mind.
That sounds good. I appreciate it, Robert. We got a few other questions, but we're gonna go on over to Eva before she freezes to death. Eva, what brings you out tonight?
The support of Trump, and my best friend Lisa talked me into coming out.
Okay. Can I get a little edgy here?
Sure.
Okay. You're black.
That is correct.
And you yeah, right. You support Trump. Why? Why? Don't you have like some friends who are like, no, man, what are you doing? Like,
I have
do you get that?
People that are like, no, even my immediate family. But it's not an issue of race for me. It's an issue of right and wrong. And Trump seems like an upright guy. He speaks the truth, like we just said. He doesn't put a filter on things, and I appreciate his honesty. And he's not bought and paid by the media or the political machine. And he's his own man, and I respect that.
So unlike some of the other candidates, I'm just going to ask you a question. Did anybody pay you to say that? Like actually come
Absolutely
here?
Not.
All right, you're just
No.
doing this of your free will?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a chef.
Oh, nice. Very good.
I like to cook.
I'll tell you, with regards to some of the characterizations about Donald Trump, I mean, do you think like the media has been fair to him?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I think the more he is attacked, the more it shines a light on the truth.
So when you're looking into this camera, I'll tell you, a lot of this is going to be shared with his national spokesperson. Not sure if you're familiar with Katrina Pearson. She is Donald Trump's national spokesperson. Everything that goes on here in the field, even though we're an independent, non-campaign affiliated publication, we actually give feedback to the campaign. We are a little biased, okay? We do stump for Trump, but we actually come out, and even if you said just the opposite and you weren't for Trump, we would want to hear that as well. So you're talking right now to the person who actually talks to Donald Trump. If there was one thing that you could share with him through Katrina, what would it be?
Be safe. We love you.
All right, thank you, Eva. And I still got a couple more questions, and you guys gonna really like the questions that come up. Lisa, how are you?
Good.
What brings you out tonight?
Oh, I'm a huge supporter of Trump.
Yeah, I mean, were you always for Trump, or did you start out like Walker and then kind of like jumped on the Trump train?
Beginning.
All right, really good. What do you think of like all this talk about them trying to steal delegates at the convention? I mean, how does that make you feel?
Well, I'm a little concerned. I hope it's going to be done fairly, but I do have my concerns.
All right. Well, I think they're very valid concerns. And as we travel the countryside, we really hear, a lot of different stories. For myself, and I'll share a story. I'm from Chicago, and I waited in line just like you did. And I got, like really close to the stage, and I stood, in place for about 3.5 hours, only to have that event canceled. And it was the same campus that I went to college at. It was very upsetting. What do you think about them trying to shut Trump supporters down and deny what is perceived a denial of our freedom of association?
Yeah, right, Bill. I mean, you don't see any of us going to the other candidates and causing trouble. I mean, it's free speech. He has the right to speak, just like any of the other candidates. And to sit and, either walking highways or, shouting things at people, making them feel uncomfortable, I just think it's wrong. It's wrong. I mean, they're trying to interfere with something that, everyone has the right to do.
Fair enough. So, if you could talk to Donald Trump into this camera right now, what's one thing that you would share with him from your mouth to his ears?
I say, go Trump. You got my support, and I try to do everything I can for family, to friends, to neighbors, to my social media. I'm behind you all the way. Go Trump.
Are you on Twitter?
I am not.
Okay, anybody here on Twitter? All right, so if you want to see some of this in the next day or two, I blog under #BlueHorseshoe, and we just got a lot of cool stuff coming. I'm going to be traveling across the country doing these type of interviews, and we're excited about it. We feel that there's a movement, and we feel that mainstream media has betrayed the voice of the people. So we're starting a new publication just next week called the Americanist Times, and it's not conservative, it's not libertarian, it's not liberal, it's whatever is best for America is best for us. If it is what I say it is that something you think you might try to seek out and read and follow?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, really good. So if Donald Trump asked you who should be vice president, who would you pick?
I am going to leave that up to him. I think that
Any suggestions? Give him 3 suggestions.
Oh gosh.
He's got tough decisions. He needs help. He actually listens. People don't think he listens. He listens.
But I think I trust that he will get himself a good team and to help him, make the right decisions. And I'm going to leave that up.
So you trust his vision and his principles?
I do, yes.
All right. So like when you go out to eat, you don't want to go in the kitchen and see what's going on. You just want the dish to come out to you, right? Am I right? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. Who would you recommend to the Donald?
I guess I'm not enough aware of who would be a possibility for him, really.
So the word on the street is there's a dark horse candidate, and she is the governor of New Mexico. So just go ahead and Google her, and I'm like more accurate than the weatherman, and I will tell you that that's the name that's like really popular within the campaign right now, is the governor of New Mexico. Also to Governor Christie. Governor Christie stepped out. He is now a man without a country. He betrayed the establishment, thank God. There's no place for him to go back to. And the one thing the candidate really likes is he likes loyalty. Okay, so that says a lot about Chris Christie. Dr. Ben Carson has a lot to offer as well.
Yes.
And he's just got a lot of great advisors, a lot of great endorsements that are coming out that are just not ready for public consumption yet.
He's a good, honest man.
So would you say you're kind of like Lisa, just you're cool with whatever Trump picks?
Pretty much. Ben Carson, now that you mention it, I think I would like to see that.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you know. Yeah.
Hear that, Donald? All right. Robert, who would you pick?
Trump, he's a businessman, and business, just like our government, just like military force, they all have a rank structure, just to put it in common terms. And I think with how successful he's been, that he's going to be successful in picking a running mate. Ben Carson, I think he's a pretty good candidate for that, but I think Trump is going to make the right choice when it comes to picking a running mate.
All right, very good. So, being in the military, which service were you in?
I was Army.
All right. Would it throw you for a loop if one of the other names that are being thrown around is Jim Webb. I don't know if you know who Jim Webb is.
Not off the top of my
He's
head.
actually running as a Democrat just not too long ago. He used to be a Republican and served in the Reagan administration. You know, so there's some interesting names. And I think the thing that we're hearing out on the street is he's listening, and, you know, he gets attacked for not providing a lot of details. What we're hearing is that his attitude is this. He realized once he gets to Washington, it's not always about what he wants. He's got to work with 535 other elected officials. So he has a framework, but he's willing to listen. So when people say he never provides any details, you know, perhaps this is something that you could share with him as well. Thank you again for taking the time to come on camera. Like yourself, my hands are like absolutely freezing. So I'm going to let you guys get back to your car. Thanks.
Go Trump!
Let's hear it. All right.